Hello everyone, it's finally time. After a very long time, JBL Cup is finally back again here in the Midnight Castle, home and training ground of the Knights of Night, the first of 8 auto-qualified teams who are waiting to see here for the qualifiers, who will be the 8 teams to join them. Hello everyone and welcome to the JBL Cup Season 2 Qualifiers. We're ready to get us underway. 4 events to go through all year, one after another. 16 teams competing for the 8 remaining spots to try and join in for Season 2 and maybe be the champions. We're starting off with a classic, balancing. So the first event, Cherry Clouds, who are in this qualifier, still have the record with a perfect 200. Let's see how the other teams can fare today. We're ready to start off Season 2, of course with a committee run to show you how it goes. Obviously, for balancing, stay in as long as you can and make it to the end. The best score will win gold. As we're ready to go underway, Gamma Rays starting off Season 2. Here we come! 3 making it all the way to the end, 1 falling just short, near the 40s. The 30s actually. It's 35.4 for 185.4 to start us off. Maple Leaves ready to roll down as well. 3 of them make it to the end. Again, 1 falling short. This time it is the 3rd member for 181 flat. Excitement is on the stadium. We're all happy to see the marbles rolling again for a chance to win. And this time it's the Lime Axolotls who also get free all the way to the end. But once more, 1 falls early, 174.5. So far, 3rd out of 3. Guineas coming down once again. 3 finishers. You can see the team's definitely improved over last season, where most of them didn't really finish. This time 180 for the Guineas. Up next, on the course, Team Blah. Rolling down to the course, and everyone makes it all the way to the finish. That means Team Blah got a perfect 200 points. And that is a tied record with the Cherry Clouds. Phenomenal run by Team Blah. And next up, Team Chagos. Coming down, they will also have 3 all the way to the end, but the first one, rolling to the side, can't make it. 177.5. All is ready to go. 6 have already competed. Next up, the Speed Star Skeletons. And just about not getting everyone to the end. The first one falling just shy. So close, and yet so far away at the same time. This will be it for the Speed Star Skeletons. As we're ready to move along. Wolves to end the first half of competitors. Only 2 make it. This is the first. 1 falling to each side and 2 make it all the way to the end. 168.5 puts them at the moment in last. Team Blau obviously in the lead with a perfect score, but probably not going to be overtaken. Only in case of perfect ties will we go for a tiebreaker, and I can tell you Executioners definitely did not push for that draw. In case of a tie we go for tiebreakers. Again, just 1 team against another, but it wasn't needed so far. Banana Blasters up next. Only 2 all the way to the end. 2 falling at a pretty late point, but they still didn't make it all the way. 180.4. Furious Fireworks on run number 11, making it through the qualifiers, and actually not making it through the qualifiers, just barely making it through the Consolation Cup, and 170.3, not a positive start for the Furious Fireworks. Zooming Zebras almost qualified last time through the Consolation Cup. Can they make it now? Well, they have 3 all the way to the end. The one falling fell at a very late point, and that is a 3rd place at the moment, 190.5. Good score. Very good score. Valdivians, a team escaping from the Consolation Cup truly in the last seconds last time. What do we have for us today? We have 3 finishers in the balancing. but still only 173.3. As we are moving on to the Cherry Clouds, record holders for this event, but they will not do it again. The captain falling just shy, near the 45, and that will be 182.5. Next up, Sapphire Spirals, the penultimate run. 2 all the way to the end. 1 almost makes it, but bumps against the gate. Can't make it. And 1 early fall, of course, for 170.4. And to end off event number 1, the final run, Sugar Crush. Another team that just barely, truly just barely missed it last time. But this time around, it is also not a good look. 162.5 Sugar Crush, starting in 15th. But on the podium to start off the qualifiers, Zooming Zebras, Speedstar Skeletons, and Team Blah, starting on a positive note, and are looking good so far to move on. But we still have 3 more events to go. Executioners starting on the bottom. But now we have to wait and see as we're ready to move on to event 2, the hurdles. Need to jump over the 2 hurdles that are on the way and make it to the bottom. It's a heats of 4 with the top 2 moving on from each heat. As you will be able to see right now, thanks to our committee being oh so nice to show us how the event works. As you can see, the top 2 would have moved on, the bottom 2 will be out. And when the finals were only for a main, they will race for gold. Here we go with the first heat, and it is Valdivians and Gamma Rays that will make it through. Team Blah and Executioners can't make it to the next round. Executioners slightly ahead, which will give him some extra points. Extra points are important, of course, so you want to do as good as you can. Moving on now to heat number 2 of 4. Maple Leaves, Team Chagos, Banana Blasters, and Cherry Clouds. Here they come. Maple Leaves and Team Chagos with a good start, and with a strong finish, these 2 will move on to the semi-finals. That means that Cherry Clouds and Banana Blasters will have to wait maybe for the next event to get some points. Banana Blasters a little bit ahead, so again, few points is still important. As now, Heat 3, Lime Axolotls, Speedstar Skeletons, Furious Fireworks, and Sapphire Spirals, who started very strong and will move on alongside the Furious Fireworks. Not sure what happened to the Speedstar Skeletons. They started well, but off the first hurdle, awful speed, losing everything and falling far behind. They will be out. Lime Axolotls barely miss. And for the final quarterfinals match, Guineas, Wolves, Zooming Zebras, and Sugar Crush. Wolves in the lead, and Sugar Crush will move on alongside them from 2nd place. This is still good enough. Zooming Zebras not fast enough. They will be out. Guineas, far behind, are also out of this event. As we have the bottom 8 finishers so far for this event, we are now ready to find out the top 8 for this. With the first semi-final rolling down, Valdivians with a strong start, they will move on! And what a comeback from Sugar Crush! Was it enough for a 2nd place? You can see they started far behind, but look at this comeback. Did they manage to make it to 2nd place? They did! Just barely. Sugar Crush barely ahead of Maple Leaves. They will be in the finals. What a comeback from Sugar Crush. Team Chagos, Gamma Rays, Wolves, and Furious Fireworks trying to get the other spots in the finals, and Furious Fireworks and Gamma Rays will do as such. Wolves and Team Chagos are out, but we have the finalists. Still a good run from both teams, just not good enough. Because now we have all the placements except the top. Who will finish with a gold? And down they come again. Stood start for Furious Fireworks, but Sugar Crush again! Sugar Crush once again make the comeback. Look at the pass right at the end, and it is enough to give them another gold. Just barely ahead of the Furious Fireworks. Valdivians will take the bronze. Gamma Rays left with only the cheers. And the 4th. Twixie, great comeback in both the semifinals and the finals to put their team with a gold medal and with a good situation now to maybe make it to the main league. Tied for first at the moment, as we're ready to go to event number 3 or 4, the Javelin Throw. This is a brand new event here in the JBL Cup. In this one you're supposed to push the javelin off, very similar to shot put from last time, except this time instead of pushing a marble off, you're pushing a javelin off. And you want the front part of the javelin to be as far as you can forward. The best score will win. You can see here it's a decent push from the committee, around the 5 points. Sugar Crush getting us started. What score do they have? Let's see. It looks pretty decent from here, but how good is it? It's a 4.4 for Sugar Crush. Not bad for a start. Sapphire Spirals with their captain Sapphire rolling down, pushing, and that is a strong push. An interesting strategy also from the Sapphire Spirals, deciding to stay up on the top. Did it pay off? Yes, it did, and with a brand new record. Sapphire Spirals with the lead, 5.2. Cherry Clouds with Stars up next. Rolling down, and that's not a good push, now is it? Clouds yet to have any good showing so far, and this does not help. They're already struggling behind, 3.1. Not a strong start for the Cherry Clouds. We need to hope that other teams will fall further, as now Twig for Valdivians, and it's also not a very good push. But let's see how it compares to the 3 that already have gone. Probably the most similar to Cherry Clouds. I'd have to assume a 3.2, just barely ahead of them. But still, not a good push. Zooming Zebras. Rolling down again. And push right at the end to maybe add just a little bit more distance. At least that's what they tried, and it did actually add a little bit. Will it be worth it? 4.5 has pushed them just barely into second at the moment. Definitely worth it so far. Fury for Furious Fireworks coming down. And again, a bit of a correction right at the end. It does help with the distance a little bit. You want Javelin to be as straight as you can, because this will add more distance from the front. And of course to give it as good of a push from the back as you can. 4.1, not bad. Nana. Pushing down. Falling down for Banana Blasters. It's decent. Not much more than that. Let's see what score they got. 3.5. Provisionally 5th. But we still have a long ways to go in this event, as Executioners ready to end the first half. Boil! And it's not bad. It is not bad, it is close to the 4. But how close is it? Here we get the zoom in, and it's 3.7 for the Executioners, putting them at the moment in 5th. As now Wolves with Omega rolling down. And that's not a good push. Trying to copy the Sapphire Spiral strategy of just pushing while not moving yourself, but unlike Sapphire Spirals, no force came out from the Wolves. 3.3 is not good. But we still have some time to go. As next up, the Speed Star Skeletons with Ton. And okay, a bit of a correction at the end, but still struggling. Silver in the first event, but really not much else since. What do they have for us? 3.4. Now they're in 7th place. As we have the final 6. Laka for Team Chagos rolling. And it's an interesting strategy from Team Chagos, hitting the javelin so it bounces off the bottom and rolls forward. Realizing they don't have a lot of power, so they decide to use a different strategy, and it works out for the most part. 4.3. Bawa for Team Blah. Here they come, and it's, again, it looks fine, but not much more for Team Blah. Definitely counting at the moment on their gold from the first event, 3.8. It should still be enough to put them in the main league. But we still have some more to go. Final 4 teams, Guineas with Bissau. Again, the extra push right at the end. Even after you fall, you're allowed to push it as much as you want. But the moment it officially stops, that is where your score stays. And that is a 4 flat for Guinness. Lime Axolotl with Jezisek pushing. And that is a good push. Goes quite far. Not a new record far, but still quite far from the Lime Axolotls. How much is it? 4.3 for 4th place. Pretty good. As we're ready to roll down once more. Leaf for Maple Leaves. Good season in the first one, and that's again copying the strategy from Team Chagos, but doing it better. You can see it went a fair bit distance further. But how far is it? 4.7 to put them in second at the moment. Only behind the Sapphire Spirals, and that's a guaranteed medal for this event, as only Nova from Gamma Rays yet to go. And unfortunate for the Gamma Rays, the Javelin is sideways and not frontward, and not pointing forward, and that may cost them some distance. 3.6 for 11th. And on the podium, we have Zooming Zebras, Maple Leaves, and Sapphire Spirals, helping themselves once more to maybe push for a spot in the next season. 2 of these teams have not been in it in Season 1, definitely want to place in Season 2. And they may just get it. Maple Leaves take the lead for now, as we are now rolling down for the final event of 4, the Slalom. It's an event where you need to race down from point A to point B as fast as you can. It's a team event where the top 3, which means your third marble, is the one that matters. The first third marble from a team that finishes, will win the heat. Here you go for an example race. All for rolling, you need to pay attention to marble number 3. The moment they finish is the moment your time is up. It's a 1v1, and the winner from each heat will be the one to move on. And you can see here for the first one between Maple Leaves and Executioners. Executioners already leaving one behind, but still looking good so far, but it's a close finish. Who won between the 2 teams? It is the Maple Leaves, just barely ahead of the Executioners, who may probably be stuck in last for the entire time. Sugar Crush and the Wolves going down. Sugar Crush easily winning. Wolves not really giving much of trouble for the Sugar Crush. One of them got stuck, but this doesn't matter. It's only a matter that the first 3 finish, and the third one finishes as fast as they can. This is why, at the end of the day, even though Wolves had more finishers, it is the Sugar Crush that will move on. Wolves are out of the event. Up next, Sapphire Spirals and Cherry Clouds, who have already left one behind. And it will be the Cherry Clouds who will finish just about ahead of Sapphire Spirals. Cherry Clouds desperate for some points. They definitely need them if they want any chance to make it to the next season. We have to wait and see if they can do as such. Sapphire Spirals in the meantime are out of this event, as we're rolling to match number 4, Lime Axolotls and Zooming Zebras. It's a close race so far, but Zooming Zebras with a bad push against each other, and that is all Lime Axolotls needed to move on to the quarterfinals. You can see pretty evenly matched so far, both of them leaving one behind, but then right there, the push between the second and third members, and that cost Zooming Zebras a spot. In the quarterfinals, Lime Axolotls will be happy about this. More points and a chance to move on still alive. Team Blah and Guinness up next. Rolling down. Evenly matched so far, slight lead for Team Blah. Can they hold on? I believe they did. Team Blah looking for a chance to make it for another season. They had a good showing for the first half of the season in Season 1, but fell apart in the second half. Couldn't quite keep it up. But for now, they are moving on to the quarterfinals and extending their chance for a Season 2. Furious Fireworks and Banana Blasters. Banana Blasters desperate for points. They will definitely get some this time as Furious Fireworks not giving them any trouble. Far behind from the start, Banana Blasters just consistent all around, and that will easily put them in the next round. Furious Fireworks are now just playing. They're barely in the top 8 at the moment. They need to hope that they can hold on to it until the end. Only time will tell if they manage to do as such. Gamma Rays and Valdivians. Up next. Good lead for Gamma Rays, but what a comeback from Valdivians! And that's enough to win! You can see here, the last two from Valdivians took forever to start, but an amazing push from the fourth one to push the third all the way forward and make the incredible comeback to put them in the next round. What a play from Valdivians! And it worked out. Dangerous, but they did it. As we are now for the final match of the first round, Speedstar Skeletons and Team Chagos, and Speedstar Skeletons trying the same thing as Valdivians. Can they make it work? No, they can't. Not fast enough. Team Chagos will move on. Speedstar Skeletons trying a bit too much to copy Valdivians. Didn't work out as well this time, and they are out of this event. And that means Team Chagos will move on to the quarterfinals, improving their chances to maybe make it for another season. As we are now ready to start the final, the quarterfinal. Maple Leaves and Sugar Crush. Sugar Crush looking good so far to move on, and they will. Not a lot of trouble given from the Maple Leaves. Sugar Crush keeping high pace the entire time. You can see the top three not really making too many mistakes, and that is an easy position for them in the semifinals. 3.89. Good time too. Great run from Sugar Crush. But who will they face in the semifinals? Well, it looks like it's gonna be Cherry Clouds. Slime Axolotls lost 2 marbles on the way. There wasn't really much of a race here. Got 2 of them getting stuck in the back. Easy win for the Cherry Clouds. All they had to do was just finish, and they successfully did as such. Slime Axolotls 2 blocks, none of them are moving, and they did not finish. This will be a guaranteed 8th for this event. As now, quarter-final C. Team Blah and Banana Blasters were still desperately trying. Can they make it ahead of Team Blah? Yes, they can! Banana Blasters still have a shot as we are into the semi-finals. Team Blah are out of this event. They've kept it close, but not good enough. Banana Blasters just a bit faster, and that will put them up. Team Blah cannot make it. Team Chagos and Valdivians for the final quarterfinals match. Again, Valdivians going for the strategy of getting one behind, and it worked out once again. Valdivians have an interesting strategy here, just the final one giving as good of a push as they can to the front team, and so far it works out. Most of them just pushing the third member. Here they push everyone. But so far, so good. Semi-final for the Valdivians. As we have our final 4. 4 more heats before we finish the qualifiers. Sugar Crush and Cherry Clouds. Who will move on? And it is the Cherry Clouds, just barely ahead of Sugar Crush. You can see both of them again going for the strategy of the 4th marble, pushing everyone forward. But Cherry Clouds just doing it a bit faster, and that will be enough to put them in the finals. The chance for a Season 2 still alive for the Cherry Clouds. Or is it? Well, we're gonna have to wait and see. But for now, Banana Blasters and Valdivians rolling down. Valdivians slightly ahead, but they are falling apart at the seams. Who managed to move on? Oh, it's very, very, very close between Banana Blasters and Valdivians. You can see Valdivians hold the lead pretty much the entire time. But did they manage to hold on to it until the end? Oh, it's very close. Yes, they did.
Valdivians will move on to the finals. Banana Blasters are down. But they are now up again as we have the bronze medal match against Sugar Crush. Who will get it? Banana Blasters looking good so far, far ahead, and they will get the bronze. Sugar Crush probably realizing that they are safe as is, getting into this event in second overall, and finishing in fourth in this, pretty much guarantees themselves a spot in the next season. But the question is, who will join them? We have one more heat to go, and then we will show you the scores and who are the 8 teams to move on. But first, the finals. Valdivians and Cherry Clouds rolling down. Cherry Clouds leaving one behind, as do the Valdivians, but Valdivians far ahead, and they will win the gold. Valdivians, after barely making it for the first heat with a great comeback, just like Sugar Crush in Event 2, managed to make the comeback and make themselves a gold medal in the final event. They were already looking good before, and this will almost guarantee them a spot in Season 2. As we have the final podium for this event, Banana Blasters, Cherry Clouds and Valdivians enjoying themselves a podium finish, but can all 3 of them find a spot in the next season? We have now the standings ready up for you. Sugar Crush, of course, breaking the record. This is not the record beat for the slalom, but the teams that have made it for the second season on the podium, Sugar Crush, Maple Leafs and Valdivians, have finished in the top 3. These teams are already going to move on and join the 8 from before, and joining them, there are 5 other teams: Team Blast, Sapphire Spirals, Zooming Zebras, Cherry Clouds and Furious Firewalks. These will be the teams in the next season. Team Chagos missing out the season simply on medal count. So close, yet so far away. We hope you all enjoyed it. We hope you're all excited for the next season. But for now, we need to focus on the friendly round coming up. And we hope to see you all then. But until then, don't forget to keep on rolling.